You're listening to CRBRadio.com. The words and opinions you are about to hear are of the hosts and do not reflect the management, sponsors, or affiliates of Cave Radio Broadcasting.
Hello, you horrors. It's Christian Lavicum here, riffraff in the Rocky Horror Show. Time may be fleeting, but with this gang, madness has already taken control. Yes, it's time for Rants in Our Pants. Are you ready for Dawn? Stacey? Amanda? Deann? Really? Don't say I didn't warn you.
Welcome back to Rants in Our Pants. I am Stacey, and with me is
Deann.
And without us today, who I should say we don't have with us today, is Dawn, who is probably recuperating after a nice Christmas dinner, I'm assuming, because she's not here to tell us. But she is also taking a hiatus to do a strongman competition in January in Traverse City, which I don't know if it's good or bad for her, but Traverse City is only an hour from me, so I will be there to support her with a sign. Maybe I'll be dressed as a polar bear. I don't know. Because she likes the polar plunge, but that being that, I want to tell people we're also going to be taking a live hiatus for just a couple months, just to take a little break. But in the meantime, we're going to be playing the best of our shows, same time that we normally do. And for those of you who can't see the video, who are audio, we are getting a very graphic view of Nugent's butthole. Nugent happens to be Deann's cat, who is enamored of her so much so that he eats her hair.
And climbs all over me.
I mean, seriously, it's like watching the Lady and the Tramp movie here. But anyways, yeah. So we're going to be back the first Friday in March. But we will have the best of episodes to keep you company for January and February, while your hosts kind of get back into the right frame of mind and take a break after the holidays and do their own things. So with that in mind, and I got to tell you, Deann, that is a cute kitty cat.
The butthead.
But he's like, I love you, Mama. I love you so damn much. He's a big boy. How much?
Ow!
Okay. Obviously, he has claws.
Yes.
How much would you say he weighs?
Come here, bud. 12 pounds, maybe?
He's like, oh, hell no. Don't do that to me. I don't like that.
No, you don't.
So, how was your Christmas?
It was, God damn it was good. Christmas Eve, we went to my son and daughter-in-law's. We ate Chinese for dinner. Nothing wrong with that. Love Chinese. Then we kind of watched this program. If you've ever heard of it, I can look it up. Called, let me look up what we were watching. It's a YouTube channel. What the fuck is it called? Sorry, gotta look. Sorry. Talk.
Oh, well, I forgot to turn the timer on, so.
Okay.
I watched a YouTube channel the other day. It was so funny because my husband hates Christmas. And I'm not sure whether it's because from a religious standpoint, he thinks it's a pagan holiday, or whether it's deep-seated in trauma from his childhood where his mom made him put up all the lights and decorate for Christmas, and it was like Bronner's at her house. I don't know, but he refuses to watch Christmas movies. He hates it. But the other night I sat down and I'm like, I don't care what you're going to say. We're watching a Christmas movie, and that's that. And I guarantee you, it's one you've seen before, and you're going to like it. I don't
Hmm.
want to watch it. I don't like to watch it. I'm like, okay, close your eyes. I had him close his eyes,
Hmm.
and I pulled it up and started it. And I said, okay, you can open your eyes. And it's like, Joel Silver. I have no idea who this. Mel Gibson. What? Then he saw Danny Glover. He's like, this isn't a Christmas movie. It was Lethal Weapon. It
Hmm.
is a Christmas movie. It opens up with a Christmas carol. It's set right around Christmas, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and then it ends with a Christmas carol. So it absolutely is a Christmas movie. And most movies when we watch it, he'll fall asleep. He didn't fall asleep at all during this movie. But afterwards, after we were done, he still wasn't asleep. So I turned on class on YouTube classic commercials, Christmas commercials from the 70s and 80s. And I was watching them and I thought it was really cool. They had the Hallmark commercial from the early 80s or mid 80s that they were selling. I don't know if you remember this. Rodney and Rhonda reindeer. They're kind of like floppies with they were they looked like pound puppies, but they were reindeer and they had the bean.
Hmm.
Anyways, free when you buy 5 cards. I got one of those for Christmas. Oh, cool. That was cool. I remember having it. Then it showed a Burger King commercial. Buy 5 books of certificates and get this stuffed Burger King for free. I'm like, I got one of those for Christmas. I'm like, wait a minute. Did everything I get for Christmas come free from somewhere? I was like, I felt so cheated. I'm like, oh my God. Then I remembered back in the Cabbage Patch craze
Hmm.
that I did get a Cabbage Patch doll. My mom's friend Tony worked at Kmart and let her know when the group of Cabbage Patches were coming in, and they were only allowed one per person.
Right.
And so I got the Cabbage Patch Kid, but my mom and dad had just bought a conversion van. And free with that conversion van was a knockoff handmade Cabbage Patch doll. My sister got that one. Her name was Sarah Jane. My sister, it was the ugliest doll I've ever seen in my life, but my sister loved her. But I was like, well, at least, I mean, I got 2 free things, but I did get a Cabbage Patch. And then we got the Cabbage Patch Kid preemies the next year, which I'm like, I'm too old to have a Cabbage Patch Kid preemie. I'm too old for dolls, blah, blah. But, you know, yesterday when I woke up, I'm like, Brad and I we don't give each other gifts. We give each other cards. Last year I didn't get a card. This year I did, so that's good. Um, but I remember a saying that Irma Bombeck had that was like, there's nothing sadder than to wake up on Christmas morning and not be a child. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, the Christmas, the wonder, the still believing in Santa Claus, if you will, just oh my gosh, the excitement that you feel waking up for Christmas morning. Just don't feel like that as an adult, do you?
Yeah, I think I would agree with that.
Yeah. So how was your Christmas?
Sorry. So yeah, so I looked it up. So yeah, like I said, my son introduced us to this YouTube channel called Taskmasters. You ever heard of it?
Nope, but I'm gonna look it up.
Oh, it's a British, I guess it's like a game show.
Oh,
And
okay.
they there's like a panel of like 4 or 5 people. And then there's two, like, I guess you want to call them judges, I'm not quite sure. And they give these guys, these people, these different tasks to do. Like, for instance, one of the ones that you were watching, they were outside in this like gazebo type thing, and there were all these pillows, kind of like in a spiral. And so he read the question. They had to find this pea under one of these pillows. Fast, fastest time won. So,
Those are little. Those are little.
yeah, little itty bitty
And they
a
roll.
pea.
And they
Yes,
roll.
exactly. So once they completed that task, the next task was you had to take all these carrots and build a tower and then put the pea on top of the tower
With carrots,
with
which
carrots.
are cylindrical, basically.
Right.
Oh,
So
God.
so the person that had the tallest tower won that task.
Oh my gosh.
And by the way, none of them know what each other are doing because it's all separated. So from there, I believe it went. They the host took a catapult. It was catapulting these peas. They had to catch it. I didn't say how they had to catch it, but most of them were trying to like catch them in their mouths or whatnot. It was actually pretty funny.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So from there, the next task was they had to take this pea and throw it out the gazebo as far as they could.
Ouch.
So that they, it was interesting the way the different theories of how they threw this pea as far as they could. Some of them like put it inside the carrot.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm
And then
definitely gonna have to look that up.
yeah, the last task they had to go find the pea that they threw.
Good luck with that. Let me guess, did they throw it outside or was it inside?
They threw it out of this gazebo.
Here, go find this little
Oh,
tiny green thing in a field of green things.
well, the funny thing is one lady, she's like, I don't remember her name. She's like, because after they said you had to throw the pea, she's like, I got a feeling you're gonna make me go find this thing. So she just kind of dropped it outside the casino. And she found hers right away. The other ones had
Lady,
quite a task finding this stupid pea.
smart lady.
And
Yep.
then there was another clip we saw right before we left. So it was teams. It was like a group of three and a group of two, and they had to interview this stranger. They had this lady in this room. They talked to her for 10 minutes about you know who she is, her family, what she is for a living, blah 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 blah. 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, they had to write a song about her and then perform it in front of her.
Oh my God.
It was actually pretty damn funny. You need to like look this up.
I will have to because um that brings back oh dear God, that brings back band camp memories. Oh God.
Like this one time at band camp.
Yeah. Well, yeah, a guy, I mean, I was a freshman in 1987 to 1988. So, and I had a crush. I was in the band. Well, not the band. I was the flag squad, but we all went to band camp together. And I had a big crush on, he was a senior. He was in the drum line. He had the quad drums, big blonde hair. I'm not going to name his name, but
The one you were talking to at the Cave Radio.
yes, him.
Okay, I know who you're talking about.
So yeah, Deann knows who it is, but I actually told him the story because he didn't remember. Um, but yeah, I there was every senior got a freshman. So it wasn't hazing, but it was called Senior Slave Day. So anybody who was the first time in the band or anybody who was a freshman got assigned a senior. Jill Boyd was my senior. Unfortunately, she passed on a couple of years ago. She was a very, very sweet girl. Um, but we had to, like, she was the captain of the majorettes. I had to carry her baton along with my flag, all these different things. Well, we also had to do different things that they said. And one of them, she found out I had a crush on this person. I had to get up in the middle of the lunchroom at band camp and sing him the Wiener Man song. And I don't know. I mean, I think you graduated before me, right? When did you graduate?
We were in the same, him and I were in the same class.
Okay, so you were a senior, he was a senior. So, but I don't know if you knew me when I was a freshman. I was quiet as a mouse, scared, timid. So to get me to get up and sing this, I was scared shitless. Okay. I had to sing this to him and I and I learned it and God forgive me, I've not been able to forget it. Okay. I had to sing this guy this song. I know a wiener man. He owns a wiener stand. He sells everything from hot dogs on down. One day I'll change his life. I'll be his wiener wife. Hot dog. I love that wiener man. I had to get up and sing that to him. I was so I left. I left after even before I ate lunch. But ran into him at the Cave Radio anniversary show back in November. And yeah, it kind of reminded him of that. He goes, "That was you." I said, "Yeah, that was me." I'm like, "Oh my God." And it was so funny because my first husband, his friends turned out to be in a band with this guy who was the drummer at the time. So we still I still knew who this guy was. I was like, "Oh my God." It was just, yeah, talk about embarrassing. Yeah.
Aw,
Yeah. Anyways, but
that's funny.
yeah.
But that's pretty much what we did over at his house. And then yesterday, Jean unwrapped her gifts. I got her a Snoopy pinball, which I thought she'd love. Not so much.
Oh,
Well, I think it's because, Jean has a hard time with her fine motor skills.
okay.
So she's having a very hard time like hitting the flippers and stuff and
Okay.
then shooting the ball. And
Mhm.
she was frustrated. So I kept going, Jean, no, I mean, watch mom. So I was doing it and she's like, it's too hard. It's too hard. No, it's not. It's not that hard. But whatever. Um, One of my customers gave her a pair of Snoopy pajamas, which she loved.
Aw.
One of my friends gave her another pair of Snoopy pajamas and a Squishmallow, which Zeus almost claimed right away.
Oh boy.
They
And
literally,
those,
she took it out of the bag. She's like, "Oh, this is cute." She set it down, and then it was in Zeus's mouth. I'm like, no.
and those little balls in there, oh, they go everywhere. Oh my
You're
God.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my
So,
gosh.
and
Aw.
she got a few outfits. She had, she wanted a fish. Okay. Imagine a fish tank in my house with four cats. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. So Rob found on Amazon, it was like a virtual one type kind of thing. So you fill it with water and it comes with these three little like plastic fish and they just kind of swim around. But it's literally probably 6 inches by 6 inches. It's small. So,
Do
but
the
it's
cats
cute.
get into that?
They watched it, but that was the extent of it. I don't know if it's because it's too small. I
Well,
don't know.
here's the thing. If you do that and increase the size and just make it fake, next Christmas you could get her a real one and they might think, "Oh, well, this is just fake. It's not interesting."
Mm, I don't know.
The
They're
devil's
little
advocate.
brats. They're little brats. I'm not gonna, especially the orange.
Oh, Nugent's a sweetie.
Yeah, okay.
Nugent's a sweetie. Then again, says me who only has one cat that's basically a walking basketball. Um, seriously, she's the fattest cat I've ever seen. And I had a cat that was 28 pounds, but he didn't look like a chunker like Callie is. He was a big boy. When I actually got a picture of him when I moved into a house in Livonia, and I was unpacking stuff, and I put my turkey roaster on the ground, just the regular, like you shove it in the oven type thing.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "Oh, if I fits, I sits."
Right.
He sits in this turkey roaster, and literally he's got his paws tucked under his back legs. He looked like a turkey, except for his head. I took
Right.
a picture of it because it was cute. But Callie, when she lays down, she spreads. She's her fat just kind of spreads. It's like I try to put her on a diet. She gets half a can or half a little like Whiskas, the little
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
little. She gets half of that in the morning, and then like 3/4 of a cup of dry food a day.
Mm-hmm.
Once she's done with that, she doesn't get it till the next morning. But what has happened, we found, is if we let her out in the morning while we're feeding the dogs, our dog Frankie, who's 6 pounds, she will go up to Frankie's dish, shove him out of the way, and start eating his food. So
Oh God.
we've had to make sure that she was in her room with the gate closed because as a chunky 16, 17 pounds for a little bitty kitty, she can't jump the gate. She can only come out when we let her out.
Ah, that makes sense.
But then
Right.
again, Frankie's just like he's all big and bad and stuff like that as long as you're outside of the house and there's a wall and a window between you. But as soon as
Mm-hmm.
you come in, he's like, "Oh crap, they can see me," He just lets her do whatever he wants. We can't do that. So
I'm
yeah.
having a hot flash up here.
Oh no, I completely understand.
You're my
The other
fan, that you'll know that's the noise.
Oh yeah, do you sleep with fans on?
Mm-hmm.
So do I. I have an overhead fan and a regular fan.
Mm-hmm.
And Brad the other day, I kid you not, he's like, I wake up and the blanket is literally over the top of his head. He's sleeping in a little cocoon. I'm like, what are you doing? It's fucking cold in here. I can't stand it. I'm like, dude, what? Oh, it's cold. So I literally, he goes, if you turn off the fans, I said, no, if you turn off the fans, I will spontaneously combust. No, not gonna happen. I'm not turning off any fans. I went out and got I have a stocking cap. It comes out with a little ball on top. I put it over his head. He goes, okay, that's better. He slept with a ball. He's already got a hoodie on. He sleeps with like, you know what? You know what? No one said you had to lose 100 pounds, but you know what? When your internal temperature starts spiking
Mm-hmm.
at the least opportune time, then I will commiserate with you. Until then,
Right.
shut the hell up, put on more clothes and more blankets. And he's like,
Mm-hmm.
well, why don't you just sleep without blankets on? Dude, I don't know about you, but I have to have something covering me to sleep. It doesn't have to be a lot in the winter or in the summer. It could just be a sheet, but something's got to cover me because that's the only protection between me and the boogeyman, right?
Right.
Everybody knows that. If you have a blanket on, the boogeyman can't touch you.
Right. Right.
And
See
like,
now, sorry,
kind
go
of
ahead.
like,
Go ahead.
kind of like if you accidentally stick your foot over the edge of the bed, even if you don't believe in the boogeyman, somewhere in the back of your head goes, pull that foot back in, pull that foot back in. Anyways, what were you saying?
No, because I don't have that problem because Rob has a fan on his side. I have a fan on my side. So we don't have that issue.
No, we just got, oh my God, it got, I can't even tell you. It's so, and it's not like we keep the house hot. I mean, like in the summer, we keep the house at 68,
Mm-hmm.
morning, noon, and night. And that's fine. In the winter, we keep it at 66 because we'll wear, sweatpants. If we're home, we'll wear sweatpants, socks, and just, a sweatshirt or something. Or if we're watching TV, we have a blanket over the top of us. At night, it's 63
Oh,
because
that's too cold.
but we're sleeping, we're covered in blankets, and we so from like 9 o'clock at night till 6 o'clock in the morning, it's 63. we're usually asleep by 9:30 anyways, and we get up at 6:50. So by the time we get up, it's back to 66.
Still too cold for me because I got to get up in the middle of the night eventually. So that's just
Well,
too dang cold for me.
I do, but you know what? It makes getting back into a nice warm bed so much better.
I
But
guess.
it also allows us, because we save the money with the electric and gas in the winter, it allows us to keep the AC at 68 in the summer.
Okay.
So it's like you know, it's okay to put on a lot of layers, but in the summer, there's only so much you could take off before it becomes illegal. You know,
True.
and believe me,
Very true.
I go outside, no one wants to see this naked. Sorry. Mm-mm. That's a big, oh, no, I got to burn my eyeballs. Okay. Um, anyway, anyway, I'm sure there's a whole group therapy session about that somewhere. Maybe I need to look up. Um, anyways, so my Christmas was good. Christmas Eve, we went to see my mother-in-law, who was nice. She is in a memory care facility, and we went to see her. We stopped at Culver's beforehand, got her a little, scoop of chocolate, custard, and because we knew if they put hot chocolate on it, it would melt by the time we got there. We did it on the side. We get in there, and I don't, I love that these people, they tried to do a good thing, but I don't think they realized what they were doing when they handed these people, um, I don't even have something that's the size of it. Let's see. We'll just use this. See how big this is?
Is that okay? Woodstock.
It's
Okay.
Woodstock. But basically, they gave them a Hershey's Kiss that was as big as this. Okay. And it
So one
was,
of those kind of more
well, not the huge
jumbo
one,
per
but
se.
not the huge one, but the one that's about this big, you know. And it was great. My husband's mom took a bite of it, and that was fine. And then she saw our ice cream and she shifted to that. In the behind me, I hear, "Oh my God, did you put that whole thing in your mouth? Oh my God, you put that whole," and this lady behind me put the whole thing in her mouth. Okay.
Goodness.
They were trying to get it out of her mouth. These things are clamped, her teeth are clamped shut tighter than Fort Knox's front gate. Okay. She was not giving up that chocolate. And I swear to God, they were about to call it the jaws of life for her. And they're like, "Well, why'd you give her the whole thing?" "Well, I didn't think she was going to do this." So, like, oh my God. So I'm just trying to mind my own business, and so we're talking with her, and she's we noticed that she doesn't have her glasses on. And we're like, "Shirley, where are your glasses?" "Oh, well, I lost those months and months ago." And oh my gosh. And my husband tries to argue with her. "Oh no, Mom, we were at the doctor's 2 weeks ago. You had them, you had them." She has dementia. You can't argue with her. You can't bring her into your world. You have to go into hers. That's when you go, "Oh, well, let me go check on that." So I said, "Do you remember what happened?" She goes, "I know what happened to him. Your sister has them. I saw her wearing them." Like, oh, okay, well, let me go talk to her about that. Now, my sister lives down in Jackson, okay, and she hasn't been up here for a long time. So I took the time to go see the nurse about what was going on, and they figure that they have people there called shoppers, quote unquote
Hmm.
shoppers, people with dementia, whatever, that pick up things from different areas and bring it back to their room and hide them. So they figure that's where her glasses are. They've only been missing since Monday night. They'll show up. So I was like, okay, that's cool. but she was bound and determined that my sister took her classes. I'm like, okay, well, you know what? We'll have her mail them back to you. Oh, okay. So that'll give them some more time. And
Right.
then we went to Lucky's Steakhouse for dinner. Um it wasn't that expensive. It was actually really nice. They've got really good steak there. They have them they've got the one in Petoskey is called Lucky's Prime, and then they have Lucky's, like there's one in Rochester Hills and a couple of, anyways, they're really good. Um but I think my husband's Manjaro is wearing off because that dude ate a loaf and a half of their bread
Damn.
before dinner. I'm like, you lost 100 pounds. You're looking good. You keep eating like that after you get done, you're going to put it all back on. And that's the biggest thing. It's like you have to develop healthy eating patterns and then get off that stuff and continue the healthy eating patterns. You can't just shove your mouth full of everything. Um, but then after we got done there, we went to Walmart. Yeah, I lead such a incredibly fantastic life up here that Walmart is the height of my Christmas. And then he's got a couple fishing trips this weekend. So yesterday we got up. I mean, I had it all planned. I was going to make this nice egg strata for breakfast. And then probably around 1 o'clock, I'd make this homemade spinach artichoke dip, the heated, stovetop spinach artichoke dip. And we could eat that until the lasagna that I had ready was made. And then we're going to have apple pie for dessert. No, he wanted to leave early. And when I saw the weather forecast, I'm like, yeah, leave as early as you can for on Christmas morning or Christmas Day, because we had an ice storm up here. It wasn't as bad as last March, but it was enough that I went out to the I had one errand to do today, and I was hoping to do a couple, but after the one errand, I'm like, nope, I'm heading back home. We'll try again tomorrow. And so he left. So it got shortened to blueberry muffins for breakfast with coffee. And then a couple pieces of Vienna bread with the leftover spaghetti sauce. So that's what he got as the appetizer. And then about 3:30, he got the lasagna I made. No dessert. He didn't have any dessert. I myself did have the little chocolate mousse cup I bought from Walmart the day before. But other than that, it was just I tried to watch Die Hard, which is my normal go-to Christmas Day movie. And I don't know why I wasn't feeling it this year. So I turned it off and started watching Trading Places with Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy, and got partway through that, and then spaghetti or the lasagna was done, and he wanted to watch something while we were eating, and then he left, and I got through the part where Jamie Lee Curtis is comforting Dan Aykroyd while he's being sick, and like after Christmas Eve or something like that. No, it was before Christmas Eve. And started to fall asleep, so I turned it off. I'm like, well, this has been an exciting Christmas. Oh my God. And then I don't know about you, but February 20 or January, whatever month it is, December 26th is always so depressing to me because I love Christmas. I absolutely love it. I decorated outside the beginning of November because it snows and gets so cold here that if I don't decorate by like the second or third week of November, it's going to snow and it'll be too cold to decorate. And then the inside I did like November 15th or something like that. It was the weekend before Cave Radio, because I knew I was going downstairs or downstate for this Cave Radio. And because Thanksgiving was so late this year, that I wouldn't have a lot of time to enjoy my Christmas decorations if I decorated the weekend after Thanksgiving. So I put those up. But I basically gorge on Christmas movies and Christmas music and all kinds of fun things. I'll dress festively. I've got this really cool fake fur white fuzzy coat. It's like hip length. It's so nice and warm. I look like a either a walking polar bear or walking, marshmallow, depending on, who you ask. I'm not a thin girl right now, but I've never had so many compliments on this. I love your coat. Where'd you get this coat? I'm like, I honestly don't remember, but I think it was Temu. So it may not be the healthiest thing I'm wearing right now, um but you know I wake up December 26th and it's like anticlimactic, and I'm like,
Mhm.
okay. And so I was supposed to go downstate because a friend of mine is performing at One Night Stands in Waterford. He's a comedian, and he's performing there December 31st or December 31st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's got the first off. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that would be so much fun. I would love to go down and see him, try and get my other friends to go with me. And you know who has trips, so I have to stay home. I'm like, oh, good, another fun New Year's Eve all by myself. Whee! Isn't this fun?
Mhm.
It'll be my sixth one by myself. Whee! Uh, anyways, um, but I don't know. So, do you guys have anything planned for New Year's Eve?
I gotta work New Year's Eve. Other than that, I don't think so. We haven't really gone out the last several New Year's Eves. My brother invited us over just to
Mhm.
do euchre or whatnot. I'm not
Oh,
sure.
oh, I miss euchre.
They play it all the time, but I haven't played in quite a while. But I don't know if I want
I,
to play. But
I need to find somebody to play euchre because, I mean, on Thanksgiving, we taught our next door neighbors who are from Pennsylvania, we taught them how to play euchre,
mm,
and they thought it was a lot of fun. And it was. Now, I'm pretty sure because they went back to Pennsylvania for Christmas and they were gone for like, I want to say 6 or 7 days. I'm pretty sure. And they were gone for Christmas because he's in the Coast Guard. I'm betting he's going to have to work New Year's Eve. So who knows? Maybe I'll have my next door neighbor come over. A couple weeks ago, um, I invited her over uh to watch Magic Mike with me because she had never seen it. I'm like, oh yeah, we're gonna watch this. She liked it. So maybe New Year's Eve, I invite her over because Brad's not gonna be here. We just do like an appetizer buffet, fill fill our plates, and watch Magic Mike 2 and 3.
there you go.
Second one is my favorite. The second one is absolutely my favorite. Except for Amber Heard's in it, little bitch.
No,
I'm sorry. I'm
I've
Team
never
Johnny
seen
Depp.
them.
I'm Team Johnny Depp. So Amber Heard just sorry.
I've never seen it.
And you know what? Like people like my husband are like, oh, you just want to watch men's strip. It's like that's not what this movie's about. Yes, there is some eye candy, but it's not raunchy, and there's a storyline. There's a whole storyline here, and it's not an entire movie about strippers. So, I actually surprised when I first saw the first one in a movie theater. It was before Brad and I started dating. It was with another guy that I was just casually dating, kind of, and we were supposed to go see Ted.
Okay.
And I was like, "Oh, that Magic Mike looks good." He's like, "Well, if you want to go see it, we'll see it." So we skipped into the next theater, and he's like, "Well, I enjoyed that more than I thought I would." So It's not a, you know, I mean, yeah, Joe Manganiello is in it, and like, "Arr." But yeah, anyways, but yeah, I'm not planning anything huge for New Year's Eve here. I am pretty sure there's going to be fireworks around here. So I'm going to have to make sure that the music or the TV or something's loud because I have two dogs that will just sit here and shake the entire night.
Oh, poor babies.
Yeah, yeah. So, do
Hmm.
speaking of New Year's, one of the big things I used to do that I started doing actually at the behest of my ex-husband, and it was kind of a good idea. Before the end of the year, I would make a list of things that I wanted to come true or accomplish in the new year. It could be far-fetched. It doesn't have to be, I mean, it could be things that you want to manifest. Um, but it could be like, I want to get a better job, or I'm gonna take a trip to someone, to such and such a place. Something like that. And you have a little list, and at the end of the year, when the clock strikes 10, I swear I will make this, or 12, I will make this happen. And you sign your name and you fold it up and you seal it in an envelope, you put it away for a year. So when the next new year, you open up the envelope and you look at the list and you see how many of the things that you have in there that you've accomplished. And it's kind of cool without even seeing it because you have them in your brain and in your mind. Um, you can see just how much you've accomplished. Okay, which kitty is this?
Lita,
Hi, Lita.
little brat. She's not, you're in. I'm knocking on my little tree.
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
And
That's what cats do. Oh, she's so sweet.
she's over a year old, but she still looks like a baby.
Oh, she's a good kitty.
No, she's not.
She looks at me, she's like, mind your business.
No,
Mind your business.
seriously. Doesn't she look like a baby?
She does.
Yeah,
She does.
like a year and a half.
She's like, look at me like, mind your business.
Jesus shit. Oh, God.
Anyway,
Life of four cats.
so
Yeah.
do you have any New Year's resolutions or anything that you want to do, or
I don't do resolutions. I used
things that
to.
you
I
want to
don't anymore.
accomplish next year? Not maybe a resolution because they're meant to be broken, but things that you want to do next year.
I want to accomplish this stupid 30K that I signed up for.
A 30K? What is that?
30K, it's 18 miles.
And where is that?
Oh, where?
Yeah.
It's in Indiana, no, Illinois. So
Hmm.
you know how I did the Spartan race?
Yeah.
So this is a sister competition of Spartans called Midwest OCR.
Okay.
It's 1 day. It's a 30K, so 18 miles of obstacles.
Oh my God.
Here's the kicker. And I told this Dawn this 2 weeks ago. So we start at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Hmm.
Nice thing is there's no penalty laps or anything like that. So if you can't do it, you can't do it. Thank God. However, I was reading, and you have to be on the third loop because you go on the course 3 times.
Uh,
You have to be on your third on the third loop by 1 p.m.
hmm.
No, was it 1 p.m.? Maybe it's 2 p.m. Yeah, it's
So
1 p.m. because the course closed at 3. Now, I was told as long as you're on loop 3 after 1, they're not going to kick you off the course. So,
each loop is 6 miles.
hmm
Phew.
yep,
So that's basically going over the Mackinac Bridge plus a mile 3 times.
right.
That's nuts.
With obstacles, no less.
Oh my God. Can you
With obstacles, no less.
imagine doing obstacles on the Mackinac Bridge?
My Lord, I mean, no.
Oh, exactly.
The Mackinac Bridge is enough of an obstacle.
Oh my gosh. I came across something the other day. People were like, oh, this bridge is so crazy. Oh my God, it's so scary. I'm looking at it. It basically looks like the Zilwaukee Bridge, which
It
is,
does, but I think what freaks a lot of people out is the grading.
oh yeah. But no, these people were complaining about bridges that looked like the Zilwaukee Bridge.
Oh, okay, okay,
And
okay.
I'm like, that's nothing, people.
That's
So I put up a picture of the Mackinac Bridge in winter I'm like, yeah, try crossing this. And they're like, that's AI. That is not AI. That is the Mackinac Bridge. They
mm-hmm.
will close down because of falling ice. They will close down because of high winds. Ask the lady in the Yugo that went over the bridge in 1983. It's
Right.
a very real place. Oh, well, how long is it? Over
5 miles.
over 5 miles long, and it's the longest suspension bridge between two fixed objects in the Western Hemisphere.
Right.
So yeah, tell me again how you're so scared of this itty bitty bridge, you know?
No, it's massive.
Yeah, it's literally an hour from me, and I'm just so glad that I don't, other than my husband's aunt and uncle, I don't know any other family members that live in the UP. So we don't need to go over there nearly as much. Like now, if we go over, it's because we want to. In the winter, hell no, I'm not going over it. No, 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 no.
I would love to go up there to see Quantum Falls.
I've never seen it, but I hear
I've
that.
never seen it either, but I've seen pictures of it.
Yep.
But I mean, I've been to the UP,
Mhm.
but I'd love, one day to see Quantum Falls.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
What have I heard?
Yeah.
Now,
Now, the UP is beautiful, but it's boring. There is nothing up there. Now, if you wanted to be the type of person that likes the peace and quiet, no neighbors around you, just the simple life, the UP is for you.
hmm
Absolutely. They were complaining that Marquette, which is the biggest city in UP, is getting too built up.
hmm
Um, the year that my mother-in-law, we moved her down here to the lower part, for people who don't know, people who live in the UP are called Upers.
right.
People who live in the lower peninsula are called trolls because we live under the bridge. But the year that we moved his mom down here with us, they opened a Texas Roadhouse and a Panera Bread within weeks of her moving down here. And I'm like, we don't even have a Texas Roadhouse down here. I mean, Traverse City doesn't have a Texas Roadhouse. Gaylord doesn't have a Texas Roadhouse. Petoskey doesn't have a Texas Roadhouse. I had to go to New Jersey to get to a Texas Roadhouse last time I was there. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's literally to get from one town to the other, you're talking 10, 15, 20 miles in between places. The place where my husband grew up, Champion, Michigan, literally has one gas station and one stoplight. That's it.
Wow, that's small town.
Yeah, and he's 15 miles from Ishpeming, so that made it 15 miles west of Ishpeming, so that made it better. They were a half hour from Marquette, so that was okay. But literally, I stayed there one year, one night after his dad had passed, and we were getting everything ready for his mom, and she was already in a memory care facility up there. Uh, I was sleeping in the den because upstairs was just hot. they had air conditioning, but it didn't, AC, but it didn't go up to the second floor. So I was sleeping in the den on the pull-out couch with the windows open. And I remember hearing this racket, but I didn't think anything of it. And I just kind of rolled over. Woke up the next morning and the neighbor came over and was like, "Did you see the bear last night?" Like, what? "Oh yeah, the bear got my bird feeders last night." I'm like, that bird feeder was like 30 feet from my window, which was open. I'm like, yeah, I'm so not living up here. Even though she and his dad left the house to us, if
Mhm.
sure, like, sorry, that was Frankie. He heard an ant fart down in Detroit.
Maybe
Sorry,
you heard my dog. Maybe you heard my dog right here
I
grunting.
don't know. But yeah, I'm like, I'm not living anywhere where bear and wolves, they had wolves there, wolves and coyotes and stuff like that are just normal. No, no. Plus, their house was completely surrounded by pine trees, and I am, excuse me, really allergic to pine trees. I break out in rashes and I can't breathe, and I couldn't figure out. I had all the windows open. Woke up, excuse me, woke up the next morning and I'm scratching and I'm itching and I broke out. And then it hits me. I was talking to my mom and I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm itching so badly up here." She goes, "You're in the UP. Are you near fir trees?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's all that's around his mom's house." She goes, "Do you have the windows open?" I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "Yeah, you want to close those. You're allergic to pine trees." Excuse me one moment. We're going to take a commercial break here while I shut my dog up and be right back. And we're back. We were just talking about New Year's, Christmas, all that stuff. I have a question for you. Uh,
Hmm.
what is your favorite Christmas memory or your favorite Christmas toy that you ever received as a child until now?
Hmm. Um, you know, some of my favorite memories, so my mom worked at this place called Real Time. It was like a industrial, kind of like an industrial building type of thing.
Hmm.
And when she was there, she would bring these massive, massive, massive rolls of like paper home for me and Dawn and Terry just to doodle or draw on me. And when I say massive, these fuckers were these are massive rolls of paper. Knock it. Sorry, cats are playing. Um, did you hear that?
No.
Thank God. Anyway, um, so we would especially during Christmas, we would like draw like pictures of Santa. I mean, just all sorts of crazy, not crazy, just all sorts of awesome like Christmas pictures. I don't even know if Dawn will remember it or not, but and then we'd hang them all up on the all over the living room. Will you shut up and get out of here? Did. Anyway, we would hang them all around the living room. Um, then we would take Christmas lights and we literally put them all around the perimeter of the ceiling and down the hallway. I think my brothers hated it, but me and, me and Mom loved it. Um, but I just remember those big rolls of paper that my mom bring home, and we would just do. And Monica was like a wizard when it come to making paper snowflakes.
Aw.
I don't know how I could never do it. Never. I mean, she could just fold paper up, click, 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 beautiful snowflake. Me, I would do it. It looked like a freaking square. It was awful. To this day, I can't even do it. I don't know what she did, but Monica was phenomenal at it, and I cherish those memories of my Monica constantly making snowflakes and just putting them up.
Aw.
Yeah, but she was so phenomenal at it. I wish I had that talent, and I never did. I don't know if
So
you
do you have a favorite toy that you got? Like maybe one that Santa
kind
brought?
kind of like Dawn. I love that toy radio dog that
Oh,
my mom got us. Dawn's was different than mine. I think mine was kind of like I want to say mine was more of a collie. I don't remember what Dawn's was, but I think mine was more of a collie. It was just an amazing toy that I wish I still had, to be totally honest.
aw.
And Weeble Wobbles.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, little egg people.
Yes,
Love
love
those.
them damn Weeble Wobbles.
That's funny because that brings me to my favorite, which was when I was a kid, Santa brought me a shopping basket
Mm,
with like cornflakes and like cornflakes and bread and anything that you could possibly shop for as an adult,
hmm
you know, detergent or bacon or whatever. It was filled in this plastic basket. So the only thing it didn't give me was eggs. Okay, but I was resourceful. I already had the Weeble Wobbles. The Weeble
Okay,
ate my eggs. So I would shop for a dozen Weeble Wobbles.
that's
But
smart.
I would put the stuff all over the house. And I would go shopping and oh, well, let me see. I think I need bread today. I'd pick up the bread, put it in, and I I'd eventually pick up everything. But you know what? I mean, I got so many different, I got a Cabbage Patch Kid, and that was cool. And when I was 11, I got the very first Trivial Pursuit game. I was 11, and there's some question. I didn't really, I would bring it to the Boys and Girls Club and try to get people to play with me. And well, little kids, they couldn't answer these questions. And really, there were some that didn't make any sense to me.
Mhm.
Like the one question in arts and entertainment that said, what makes a gaga at the go-go?
Makes a gaga at the
And
go-go.
and this is arts and entertainment. I had no idea at 11. It wasn't
Is it a
until
song?
it wasn't until I was an adult when I realized that that was a lyric from the song Hair from the movie Hair. And I'm like, I'll make a gaga at the go-go when they see me in a toga, my toga made of blonde, brilliantine, beautiful hair. Now I know it. But 11 years old, come on. You know, um,
Yeah.
my mom would have known that. She actually was a teenager and she actually was taken to Chicago by her uncle to see the original Hair on stage in Chicago where they performed naked. Because there were some,
Did you just say naked?
yes, they should there were scenes in the original screenplay and the original musical where they appeared naked.
Wow.
Now,
Okay.
back then. So, and that was considered very risque, which still would be. I remember seeing my Nana and I loved musicals and stuff like that. My very first musical was Les Miserables. And I got to see it because my mom called me, and this is the craziest thing. I was in 10th grade, right? My mom calls me out of class. I get a phone call to go down to the office. And my
hmm
mom's on the phone. She's like, um, do you want to go and usher at the Fox or the Fisher Theater for Les Miserables with Nana. Like, well, what is ushering? Oh, you just show people their seats and give them a bullet program. I'm like, yes. So we started to do that. But I forget where I'm going with that.
Okay.
Help.
I, I don't
Yeah,
know where you're going with
I forgot.
it.
But anyways, I've loved musical theater my entire life. Oh, my entire life. One of the shows we went to see though was M Butterfly. Beautiful musical. However, the guy at the very end shows up in the middle of the stage doing a full on Silence of the Lambs Buffalo Bill. Oh, arms out, everything tucked down. I'm like, oh my gosh, and I'm watching this with my grandmother. Okay. I was not ready for that one, but I'm like, okay. Um, anyway, but yeah,
Oh,
that was
that's
that was nice.
a nice memory.
It was. And we continued that. We actually went from being substitute ushers to being actual ushers. And that was nice. I can't tell you how many times I saw cats though. Oh my
Yeah.
God, I saw cats so many times. I did get to see the Phantom of the Opera, which was cool. Um, Another Andrew Lloyd Webber play we saw, Cats, Andrew Lloyd Webber, um, Phantom, Andrew Lloyd Webber. But one I bet you've never seen is the Starlight Express.
Mm-mm.
Picture this, people singing. It's about trains, okay? Each person is a different train,
Excuse me.
and they're singing,
Hmm.
and they're singing and performing, but on roller skates.
Okay.
They were
Interesting.
on, they were on roller skates. And the cool thing about this is that they were skating around the stage, but the stage was also built out in like a figure eight into the audience. So they
Hmm.
were skating around this, and some of the music was really beautiful. Um, but you never see that done anymore. They'd probably be on rollerblades now, right? Um, but oh my gosh, what else did I see? I saw Grand Hotel um, with Eddie Bracken, who is an old Hollywood guy. He was really good. Eddie Bracken, you might remember him. Have you seen Home Alone 2?
Yes.
He was the owner of the toy store.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's Eddie Bracken. So he was in this musical. So we saw that. We also saw Showboat, which was good. Um, Les Miserables number of times, but I will always, oh my God, I will always, that was my number one favorite show until I saw Wicked. Now it's Wicked, Les Miserables, and everything else. Um, but yeah, so that was fun, and it just got to the point where, once I graduated high school and stuff like that, other things became a little bit more important, and so we basically gave up our opportunity to be permanent ushers, which was a very coveted role because you got to see all these shows for free, and really,
Hmm.
really, we saw Penn and Teller. Okay, we saw Penn and Teller at the Fisher Theater, and we were on the upper row of the mid balcony. There's nobody else below us, and we're sitting way the hell up. And in the middle of the show, Penn and Teller point up to us and like, bet you guys are thinking, oh my God, this is the greatest seats I've ever had. Woo, aren't you guys great? And we're like, yeah. It's like, yeah, you guys are looking like idiots waving at us. It's like, we're ushers, we get to see this free.
Right.
But the only way that you can really become a permanent usher is to become substitute ushers first. And then when somebody gives it up, then they can move up. But we gave it up. And those are some of the coolest memories I've had. But the problem is that you always had to wear black slacks, black skirt, and a white shirt. Yeah, it's not exactly the most comfortable way, especially back then when you had to wear pantyhose. Not exactly the most comfortable way to, spend an evening. I'll do Spanx and no pantyhose now. So,
So I actually thought of something else.
yes, go ahead.
So, I'm sure you know that there were six of us,
Mhm.
growing up. So, my oldest sister, between, in between the oldest and the youngest, Monica being the oldest, Dawn being the youngest, there's 11 a year span between kids.
Okay.
So not always easy to get the things that you wanted for Christmas, because there's six of us. You gotta, spread it out as much as you can on limited budget. But I do remember my mom surprising me with a pair of Jordache.
Oh,
That that was like one of my best memories
and
is
that's a big,
getting a pair of Jordache that I wanted.
oh yeah. I mean, Brooke Shields.
Jordache weren't cheap.
Yeah, no, they weren't. They definitely weren't. They were like the
Yes.
Z Cavricis, they were.
Exactly. And I just remember just being over the moon getting a pair of Jordache. So yeah, so I
The thing
that
that sucks about that is that you grow out of them.
yeah, true, true. There's one other thing. So, do you remember like when we were in school and they'd have like those Santa shops and stuff?
Yes. Yeah.
My brother Terry bought something at one of these Santa shops and wrapped it under the tree, put it in. So Christmas. So I was when I was younger, I was a snoop. I'm not gonna lie. I got to be under that tree, looking to see whose was what. And my mom would literally try to put codes on presents just to confuse us. Never ever worked, but that's another story. Um. So, anyways, Terry got me something at one of these Santa shops, and I'm feeling it, and I'm feeling it, and I'm like picking it up and shaking it. I'm like, you got me a damn. Yeah, I didn't say that. Well, I'm paraphrasing. Like, you got me a damn lunchbox for Christmas. What are you
A
doing? You
what?
got me a lunchbox.
Oh,
So I was convinced it was a lunchbox. Christmas comes around, I open it, thinking, okay, I'm opening a lunchbox. It was a hot roller set. It was not a lunchbox. Felt so stupid. I think I was like probably 11, maybe to 11. I was in fifth or sixth grade when I got them.
oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, hot rollers. But yeah, they had kind of cool stuff in the Santa shops.
Yeah. I mean, I remember, I hadn't even thought about those Santa shops in years before you said it.
Hmm.
It's been forever since I've thought about those. And like our moms would give us like $5
Uh-huh.
to buy something for mom, dad, sister, brother, whatever.
Right.
And you tried to pick out the coolest thing, and you usually came home with like a really cool eraser for your brother or something. It wasn't, and people would try to help you out, or oh my
Hmm.
gosh, I haven't forgot. Oh my God. When I
Yeah.
was in school, they had it set up in the gym, in the gym of Stuckey School. They had the whole shop set up there. Um, and that actually brings me to something that's very sad for me. I got a notice from my mom. I went to Stuckey Elementary School, Redford Union High School, or Redford Union School Districts. Um, my sister, brother, and I, and my mom was actually the assistant secretary there. got a notice from the interim superintendent that they are tearing Stuckey School down next month. School I went to elementary school. And starting January 19th, there's going to be a fence around it to keep people out or whatever. But I am so hoping to be able to go. I want to find out if there is a way for people who went to school there to take one last tour through the building. One last,
Yeah.
I want to see I went kindergarten through sixth grade there. And
Mm-hmm.
once things are torn down, can I please have a brick from the wall that faced the sixth grade playground? Because when you were bad or when you did something wrong, you got put on the wall, which
Mm-hmm.
meant your back had to be on the wall and you had to sit there. Oh my God. Okay. Mike Smith, I'm calling you out. Mike Smith, the guitarist from Sweet Revenge. I can't tell you how many times you put me on the wall. Okay. I'm calling you out. I'm calling you. Get one of these bricks. And I'm going to have you sign it the next time
That's funny.
I see you because, yeah, I like Redford Union High School where I hold currently I don't even think they have a regular library anymore at Redford Union from what
I
I've
don't
seen.
know. I don't know.
But
They don't have a pool anymore.
no, they don't have a pool, but their media library is now like this media type thing from the pictures I've seen. But anyways, up until when they did, as long as they did have a library, I held, and I don't know if I should say this, the record for the biggest book fine ever by a student at $90. And that's at 10 cents a day. Um, and I had to work that off the summer before my senior year. I would go to driver's ed in the morning, and the afternoon I would go to the library, and I worked it off by putting the entire library in order, Dewey Decimal System, the entire library.
God.
I never want to see another Dewey Decimal System as far as forget it,
Yeah.
but I did it, and it was a weird thing to be proud of, but I want to know if that actually stood.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I mean it's kind of sad. I'm not a big fan of change. I'm really not. I'm not
Well,
a big fan of change. It was really bad up here just, back in November. There's a restaurant here in East Jordan where I live. I'm just gonna say I live in East Jordan. Little podunk town, 2,300 people. We had two sit-down restaurants, one a breakfast lunch place that closes at 2, which their breakfasts are phenomenal. Their lunches are terrific, but they close at 2. Then we had another restaurant, which was lunch and dinner. It went from 11 to 9. And it was like a bar and grill, but it was a really nice place. Well, they gave everybody this place that was the lunch and dinner place, gave everybody a 2-day notice they were closing for good.
wow.
So no other place to get dinner with a drink or just dinner, period. That wasn't a Subway, Little Caesars, McDonald's, or a BC pizza place, which is so for an entire month we were like, oh my God. So during that time also Little Caesars closed permanently. And all I kept thinking was, no crazy bread, no heart attack in a sack. This place knew how I liked it. I would go in, and before I even paid, they're like, one heart attack in a sack, please.
Hmm.
And that was I would get it. They would get the bread together, and then instead of just setting it on the little conveyor belt, they would shove it all the way in so it was halfway in. So it would be it would come out very doughy. And they would
Okay.
slather that sucker in all kinds of butter and then their Parmesan cheese and salt, whatever.
Mhm.
God, that was so good. And they called that heart attack in a sack.
Okay.
They knew East Jordan, Petoskey, and Gaylord always all closed permanently. They could not get their franchise renewed.
Wow.
I have not checked to see if Wayne City still has theirs open, but basically, it was the entire universe telling me, you have to cook now. And I'm going, oh, but I don't like to cook. They're like, well, fuck you and what you like to do. You're gonna cook now.
Right.
So yeah, I've been cooking and trying to make do with what I could do because the beef prices up here are crazy. I would looked at there's a place up here called Family Fare. It's a grocery store, but it's like a Spartan store and everything like that.
Yeah.
Pounds of regular 80/20 burger, $24. No
Crazy.
wonder everybody right now, people they're selling out of sausages, any type of sausages. People are buying those up because that's the cheapest meat they can buy right now. Um, as I used to have hot dog casserole maybe once a month, we're having it 2 and 3 times a month now. And that's just hot dogs with tortillas wrapped around them in an 8x8, and it's actually really good. An 8x8 like pan. You put Bush's baked beans on the top of it and cover it with cheddar cheese. Bake it for 35 minutes at 350. It's really good. We get 2 hot dogs each with the beans, and usually there's one left over. Either I'll take it to work the next day or Brad will. So it's like 1.5 meals. But luckily, at what was it? I want to say it was the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, a place opened that used to be a really bad Mexican restaurant that was then a really good sports bar that was then a sad sports bar. Closed.
Okay.
Then this other place, which has only been around, this place this place was called Barbies. Okay. And it used to be like a Dairy Queen griller type place where they had roasted chicken and hamburgers and hot dogs and stuff like that. That was really good. They owned a building in town. When that place went out of business, then they opened up the sports bar and grill, which was great. Found out that their employees were stealing them blind, and they owed a lot of money to the state lottery commission because these people had been playing all these games and not paying for them. So they closed at the end of the year with very little notice, and they were not going to open again until some former employees who were really good said, hey, give us a chance. So they opened up in May. They didn't do as well as hoped. They closed at the end of September. Their ice cream shop had remained closed all the way through, I think it was July. And this other place took it over, a place called Mondays. And they were a new place. They were basically they started with lemonade. Then they opened up the shop, became ice cream. Once this other restaurant became open, they're like, we can do that too. They just chose not to have liquor there, which is fine. It's a mom and pop type place. It's a kid friendly place, and it's really, really good. They have these pickle fries. I call them crack fries because that's what they are. They're crack fries. They're homemade. They even make deviled eggs there as an appetizer. What restaurant do you know of that has deviled eggs? And they're, pardon my French, fucking phenomenal. Okay. This place is, and the service is great. The customer service is great. I had my friend Tracy come up from downstate, and she was here from December 5th to December 7th. And on the 6th, they had the East Jordan, Light Up East Jordan Christmas Parade, where it's a whole lit up type thing. All these lights and stuff, which was cool. We go into Mondays about 50 minutes before, figuring 50 minutes is more than enough time to grab a couple burgers and appetizer, be out by 6:30, and all we have to do is just step out the front door, right? And the parade's in front of us. So about 20 minutes in, I'm seeing people who got seated after us getting their stuff. So I asked the lady, I'm like, hi, we're just kind of waiting on our pickle fries. So she brings them out. And then I'm like, it's like 10 after 6. I'm like, at this point, we're just going to have to get our burgers to go. So I asked her, I'm saying, can you just get our burgers to go? And she comes back and she's like, I am so sorry, but we're having an issue. And it looks like even though your order was input into our system, it never got back to the kitchen. So she's like, the pickle fries and your dirty sodas are on us. You don't owe us a thing. Come back in after, and your meal is on us. Like, wow.
Nice.
So we went out and we saw and we come back in, and by that time, because after the parade, everybody was inside. And she's like, she saw us. We were like 5 or 6 people back. She saw us, just like, come with me. She pulls us online. We sit back at the table we're at. Within 10 minutes, we had our meal.
Wow.
And she's like, you don't owe us anything. Well, of course, we left tip and everything, but I was like, that is really nice. I
That's
mean,
good customer service.
exactly. And I'm like, I will definitely be coming back here. So, my poor friend though, she can't handle the cold anymore. She's got some different things going on with her, and she can't handle the cold. She goes down to Florida. um Actually, she's probably leaving Monday and is going to be in Florida by the 1st. She goes down to see her sister in Georgia. But it was snowing. It was wet snow, though. It was heavy snow, so once it was hitting your hat or your coat, it was turning into water. But I was okay because, I carry my own layer of insulation, she's itty bitty like you. And she's like, I'm freezing. I'm freezing. Well, we go, and this is the funniest thing. They had live reindeer at this thing. So kids could come up and feed the reindeer. We're sitting in there, and these 2 little kids, they're probably 8 years old, 7, 8 years old. They're feeding the reindeer. No one tells them, and obviously they don't know, that deer and reindeer shed their antlers. These guys have massive, massive antlers. Well, the one kid, goes to feed the reindeer. He whacks his antler and it falls off. Oh my God. I'm like, it's okay. They just shed their antlers. It didn't hurt him. It's nothing you did. It's okay. Like, see, this poor kid, I mean, oh my God. I just kept picturing this kid from Home Alone. Ah, ah. And the guy who owes him picks up the antler, puts it up on the fence, like, it's okay. I mean, and he wasn't going to give that antler to anybody, because those antlers, people will pay good money for.
Hmm.
But it was after that I'm like, okay, it's time for us to go back in. So, but this poor kid, they were just 2 kids freaking out. Ah, ah, ah.
Traumatized.
Oh, he's very traumatized. Like, that's it. I mean, if I had a mean bone in my body or whatever, it's like, that's it. Now he can't fly with Santa. Now what are you going to do? Are you going to give up your toys because, look what you did to But I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Poor kids.
Oh my God. You ever have anything like that that like wanted to traumatize you as a child?
No,
No.
no, oh, no. I can honestly say no.
No rides down a sled down a ski hill. Did you guys live near Lola Valley?
Yes.
Did you ever sled Lola Valley?
Oh yeah, my brother broke his arm on there.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, well, it was his stupid fault. So Terry, in his infinite wisdom, decides he's going to take a toboggan and go jump a ramp standing up.
Oh,
That didn't end very well.
no, no.
No, so but that's Terry.
So, what
Yeah.
did your mom say?
What did my mom? What could she say? But he spent it, back then, you had it when you broke your arm, you had to spend like a day or two in the hospital.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. Oh
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Right when Robbie was young, matter of fact, because when he was 8, he was 8. No, 7, excuse me. He was 7. He was at my neighbor's house and climbing the fence, fell off the fence, broke both his ulna and his radius.
Oh,
They compound fracture. They popped out of his arm,
oh,
went into the ground, protruded back into his arm.
oh my gosh. So there's infection too.
So yeah, so my neighbor calls. He's like, I think Robbie broke his arm, and I'm freaking out. So I ran down the street, and here's my kid, my neighbor kid. You're not gonna sue them, are you? I'm like, will you shut up? Like, good God, I mean, that's the last thing I'm on my mind. Come on, really? So
Gosh.
I ran down there, and Robbie is in shock. Wasn't He was crying, but not like going berserk, basically. You know what I
Right.
mean? Rob was in Taylor at the time, bowling. Jean was she was a baby. She was 7. Let's say no, but I'd say Jean was 6 months old.
Mhm.
So I had to give her to my sister Monica.
Oh,
My friend drove me and Robbie to the hospital,
do
and
you remember which hospital?
it was Botsford,
Okay.
and he spent 2 days there.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. Ugh, it
Oh,
was. I mean, I remember to this day, his arm was in the shape of an S.
oh my God.
It was that bad. It was horrible.
Was
I
it
will,
from sledding or from what was it from?
the way he broke it.
I know, but what was he doing?
What do you mean? What is he? He was climbing the fence.
Oh, climbing a fence. That's right. Okay.
Yeah, he climbed a fence, and
Oh yeah.
and he was trying to go on the other side. He slipped, and that's when it
Oh,
hit.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Okay.
he tried when you fall, you try to brace yourself, and that didn't go very well.
Oh,
That's when his ulna and his radius both snapped and went into
oh,
the ground.
oh yeah. Okay.
It was
Oh,
terrible. Oh
yuck.
yeah, that was not a fun time,
Oh,
to say the least. Poor kid.
yeah. I remember when it actually oddly enough, this was Christmas morning when I was a kid. Well, maybe 13. I think I was 13. Do you remember like the Rubik's snakes and the Rubik's cubes and do you
Mhm.
remember the Rubik's pyramids?
Pyramids.
Um, and they came in the plastic, the very sharp plastic.
Yes.
My sister got one of those for Christmas. And of course, she took it out and was playing with it. And it came time to get up and start cleaning stuff up. Well, this very sharp plastic thing was buried under all the wrapping paper, and she took a step and stepped right on it, and it impaled itself into her foot,
Ugh.
and it made like I don't know, like a 3. It was like I don't even know. It's not a shape, but it's like if you think about it as a peace sign with no round part and no part in the middle. So it was like,
Mhm.
straight down and then two off to the side. But anyways, that's what it was. And my dad ended up taking her to Redford Community Hospital. Do you remember where that was? Like,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
Chop House,
yeah, huh?
the Chop House.
Yeah. So that's where she went, and I think she got a couple stitches, but they were back in time for dinner. So they were there from the time we opened presents until dinner time. But yeah, it was I still remember going, ouch. I'm like, wait a minute, stepping on that's not supposed to go ouch. And that's when I realized what different people have different pain tolerances.
Mhm.
My sister has a huge, very high pain tolerance. She had 5 kids, natural, no pain meds, nothing. She had a ruptured fallopian tube from ectopic pregnancy. And it was like 3 or 4 days that she was bleeding internally
Oh
before
my.
her husband told her, "You're going to the hospital." And the doctor says, if you hadn't come in when your husband brought you in, you'd be dead right now. Now here is me with a little paper cut or this little itty bitty. Can you see this little itty bitty cut right here? This itty bitty cut from scraping my hand on the back of the ice maker. And I'm sitting here going, just like Peter Griffin, just, you know,
Yeah.
I was not made for pain. I have cramps and I have to do Motrin 800 and lay on my heating pad. Um, yeah. Um, yeah, my sister is definitely the strong one in the family. I am very much a wimp when it comes to pain. It's like, I don't do pain. So,
Dan.
yeah, today we had like, well, it wasn't ice storm, but we had freezing rain. And I searched high and low because I'm like, I know as soon as even though people say it's not as bad as you think it is, it's still ice. So I tore everything apart because I had to go to the credit union. I found out on Christmas Eve that Facebook was, I got a fraud alert saying, asking me if I had charged $1.24 to Facebook. I'm like, no. And as soon as you answer no, it freezes your card.
Right.
Then they try to call you, and Christmas Eve, it's like, I'm on hold for 15 minutes. I'm like, forget it. I'm not going to need my card tomorrow. So I hung up, but now my card is locked.
Mhm.
And I needed to go get a new card anyways because my debit card was expiring at the end of this month and I cannot find for the life of me my replacement card. But being that my number is now compromised, I need a new card, period, with a new number. So that's what I did today. But I tore the house apart looking for my yak tracks. You guys know what that is? Yak tracks?
Mm-mm.
They are these rubber things with, it looks like springs that coil around the rubber pieces and they go in X's and two different on the front part and the back part of your foot, and you hook them around the rubber, they hook around the toe and everything, and then you secure them with a Velcro. They don't go anywhere. They're great for outside. However, if you go into a building that's got regular cement, you have to duck walk because they're slipperier than all hell. But that I took my time to get to the credit union today to get my new card, and I came right home because hell no, I get everything I need to do done tomorrow before we get more snow and ice on Sundays. So, yeah, it's always fun up here.
Like it.
No, I I'm sorry. I want to move back home. I want to move back to Metro Detroit. I miss Coney Islands. I miss good pizza. I miss Olga's. I miss malls and museums. They don't have any of that up here. I mean, okay, Traverse City they don't have Coney's, and the only Olga's they have is in conjunction with the Big Boy, but you can't eat in, and the Olga sauce is not the same. Uh,
Okay.
and they have museums, but it's not like the DIA. They don't rotate exhibits and stuff like that. And I'm about to tell Brad, look, I've done my 5 years up here.
You served your time.
I served my time. Um, if you still want to stay in this house, that's fine. Get a mortgage, buy me out. I'm moving downstate. We don't have to get divorced. We don't have to get divorced. That's fine. But I'm moving back downstate. So sorry. He's like again, he's used to living in a town where there's one gas station and one stoplight.
Right.
I, there is one stoplight here, but there's four gas stations, but not a hell of a lot else. Yeah. So anyway,
There's stuff down here that you're like missing, like Mr. Rigatoni. Next time you're down here, you should really try that because they're so good.
I've heard that.
They're delish.
Yeah, when I was down there in November, I'm like, I have to have one of everything. I didn't get Olga's, but I got my Sandy's burger. I did get my Sandy's burger, but I also ordered their steak tips to go. And I had that as a midnight snack because I couldn't decide because I love both of them. The next morning went to Murphy's for breakfast. So I love
You're
Murphy.
right there. Mr. Rigatoni's is right there.
I know, but then we had that for breakfast, and then um I don't remember what I had. Anyways, we went to the Cave Radio thing, then went to Taco Bell afterwards to get food. The next day I met up with a friend of mine at Kirby's Coney Island.
Okay.
I
Which
got my
one?
the one at 6th and Newburgh.
Okay. Okay.
So, and then oh my God, I'm so excited because I was supposed to leave Saturday morning or Sunday morning, and my husband said, oh, it's okay. You can stay down there another night. I'm like, woohoo. So my friend and I went Sunday afternoon to downtown Detroit to see the new building where they had, that was on the Hudson site.
Oh,
And
the new Hudson building.
yeah, and I got to see have you been down there? Did you see the display in
Not yet.
the It was so beautiful. It was like everything from when Hudson's first started till the end. They had the floor mat. They had Hudson's. They had the bellman's cap. Um, they had outfits and shoes from the 30s and 40s to the 60s. They had the toys from then up until they had a Slinky dog.
Aw.
Toy Story. They had a Slinky dog. They had boxes, like gift boxes from way back when till now, until they closed. And then on the wall, they had their gift bags from like the 50s all the way to like 1982.
Mm-hmm.
And that was so cool to see. And there's this like a little tiny courtyard type thing. And there's like I want to say you have to crank up the side and it makes the ballerina move on the top of the statue. Um, and that was pretty neat, but that's not why I went down the courtyard. I went down the courtyard because there was a patisserie food truck.
Mm-hmm.
And the line was rather long, but it was going quickly. I wanted hot chocolate. I'm like, oh, this is a good place for the hot chocolate. We finally got up to the front, got the hot chocolate. Kim and I take a sip of it. We look at each other like the angels are singing, all is right with the world. This is life-changing hot chocolate.
Oh, is that good?
Oh my God, I've never had anything like this before. It was like someone melted dark chocolate and put hot cream in it. I'm still going, oh my God, I mean, I can't even, I mean, the fat girl in me is going, gimme, gimme, gimme. But, all I can say is you got to go. And it's still there. I had friends that went last weekend and they were taking pictures and this thing is still there. It is and it was like $4 for hot chocolate, but it was so worth it. It was so worth it. And then we just walked from there down to Campus Martius, watched the people skating and stuff like that, and then left before the Lions game got out, which was cool. And then we went to Mexican Fiesta, my favorite Mexican food place. So I hit like 3 out of 4 of my favorite things, or
Okay.
four of my favorite things down there. So, um, yeah, but I want to live down there permanently again.
You know,
Yeah.
they're putting the Chipotle over there at the old Boston Market at 7 in Middle Belt.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then there's like, I think Trader Joe's is coming to Livonia.
Where is that going to be?
Um, I want to say, I want to say Six and Haggerty, or maybe, or
I know there
somewhere
was,
out that way.
I know there was one at 8 Haggerty a while ago.
Was it Trader Joe? Wait, no, wait. Is it Trader Joe's or Whole Foods? Maybe it's Whole Foods.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think it's Whole Foods. I take that back. Yeah, Trader Joe's is still it's Whole Foods. I'm sorry.
You know what I found out that was kind of wild, and it's been empty for a while. 7 Mile in Farmington, that old Kmart that was there, it's going to be
Yeah,
a mall.
Meyer.
I was like, how awesome.
But it's strictly it's not your typical Meyer.
Okay.
It's strictly grocery.
Okay. Okay.
No clothing, no like it's none of that, like no automotive, not it's strictly grocery.
Which makes sense because the 7 Mile and Farmington, I mean, you have like a Spartan store at 5 in Farmington, and at 8 in Farmington you do have a Kroger. But
Hmm.
I lived near that Kroger. I loved it. I wish we had a Kroger up here. I miss Kroger so much. So damn much. Oh my God.
Yeah, when I was in Lansing last year, I actually was in one of those Meyer
Oh,
stores where it was like strictly groceries, and I was just kind of looking at it, like, this is different. But it was cool. It was a very nice setup. It was really
that's
nice.
that's good. That's
And
good.
it's coming along very nicely. We passed it Christmas Eve going to my son and daughter-in-law's. So it's
So
coming along
if
very nicely.
are they just renovating the Kmart store, or did
No,
they knocked everything down?
completely knocked it down and it's complete rebuild.
And the stores that were on the side, like that,
On
I'm gone. Okay, because I remember, I think that's where Bonanza. Do you remember Bonanza?
Oh God, yes, I remember Bonanza.
All the way to the back there used to be a Bonanza, so that's all gone.
Hmm.
Okay,
That's
okay.
all gone.
Uh,
I think they're putting, I want to say house like apartments or something back there. I don't know. Now, Kitty Corner, right across the street, there's this new coffee. It's a drive-through only. I just saw it the other day called Scooters.
oh yeah, they have them up here all over, and they have them down in where is it? Um, they have them in Illinois too. Um, Now there used to be a bread place, and then it was a cupcake place, right at 7 in Farmington.
Just baked.
Just baked. Is
Gone.
it?
It's long gone.
Did they tear it down?
It's no, they just went out of business.
Okay, yeah. My sister and brother-in-law, ex-brother-in-law, used to live in that apartment above that place, and
Oh, really?
it was really nice because when it was the bread place, it always smelled like baked bread. which
Hmm.
was nice. It saved you a ton of money in air fresheners. But in the summer, it got to be too much. I mean, yeah, it was hot, but the smell of baking everything just got a little. And then she
Yeah.
became pregnant, and that, when you're pregnant, that smell is just like, oh my God, things. Yeah, but that was the first place I ever got drunk, ever. I was like 3 months away from being 21, and I wanted to see what being drunk was like, and um, invented something called I called it the cherry bomb, and it was wild cherry brandy with cherry 7 Up with a maraschino cherry thrown in.
Okay.
She had a party, and I started off with a couple of these, and then it started to soon be when I came around the corner. Now I'm just chugging the fifth of wild cherry brandy. And then I followed it up with a cube of beer. And I guess I kept trying to leave the apartment because there was a McDonald's, or not a McDonald's, a Taco Bell across the way. I'm like, I want that Taco Bell. Give me that Taco Bell. I want that Taco Bell. And it didn't end well. I actually ended their party at 11:30 at night with a bucket on their living room floor, yelling at my brother's friend to stop looking at me because he made me want to throw up.
It probably did.
I just kept begging my sister, give me a spoon. I just need a spoon. I knew I had to throw up to make myself feel better, I guess. Like, give me a spoon. I woke up the next morning next to a bucket on the floor, covered up with only, I had my clothes on, but only a blanket. That was it. My boyfriend at the time had long since gone home. he
Nice
went,
guy.
he went home. I'm like, oh my God. So I'm doing the walk of shame down 7 Mile Road to get to my car, to get home, to get upstairs, lay down, only to have my mom call me a half hour later, like, so you want to go out for a drink? I'm like, "Bleh, no, bleh." Now my sister and my brother were both, I mean, this is my sister's party, but my brother was also there. They had a long time before me with drinking and all that stuff. My wildest dalliance was with one wine cooler and I was 18. That was it.
Was it
And
a Sun Country wine cooler?
I don't think so. I think it was a Bartles and James, a
Okay.
wild berry. But yeah. And I'm like, I think getting drunk would be cool. What's it feel like to get drunk? Nope. 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 It took me 20 years to realize the difference between different types of drunks. You have the liquor drunk, and what types of liquor you're okay with, and what types will have you praying to the porcelain throne. And then wine drunk, which is an entirely different type of alcohol drunk, which, yeah, I will throw up on that, and I will throw up on bourbon. But rum, it's pretty even for me. I don't drink beer, so I can't tell you what that is like. I don't drink beer, but as I've gotten older, I know I can have one old fashioned, or I can have 6 rum and cokes. I think I'd rather have the 6 rum and cokes because I won't throw up, and I can, have a little bit more, you know, um, but yeah, so.
I've only been, hammered twice in my life.
Mhm.
First time I was, see, Robbie was 2 or 3. So I had to be 22 or 23. I can't, somewhere in that ballpark. And we were watching a football, the Lions game. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, I'll be fast. So watching the football game, and I decided I was going to drink a fifth of cinnamon schnapps by myself.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. So at the end of the game, Rob took his brother home, He came back and I was praying to the porcelain gods. And
Oh, God.
I heard Robbie going, "What's wrong with mommy?" And I heard Rob's like, "She's learning a very important lesson right now."
Oh my
And
God.
to this day, I can't stand cinnamon schnapps. I can't even smell it.
Yep.
Smell it.
My sister is like that with Fireball. She can't.
Same
She's
thing, basically. Ugh.
Yeah. Yep, basically that's it. So
Yeah, yeah.
so as we're getting ready to close here, I just wanted to give everybody a little heads up. The Cave Radiothon is going to be January 19th. Come listen to us. It's the best of episode for that. It's going to be great. But there is a cave raffle for a MetaQuest 3 51.2 512 GB all-in-one mixed reality headsets. It's a VR headset. I am not that up on these things, but I guess it's really good. It's $10 a ticket. Get your tickets at Venmo, and you can go to at Daniel-Mayer-13. That's Mayer, Mayer-13. Cash App, you could go to $Cave Radio. Zelle is Deeger. That's Deejer at caveradiobroadcasting.com. The drawing will be held on January 19th, 2026. So go and get your tickets and be sure to tune in for the best of. That episode is going to be the episode where we do the Cards Against Humanity. And it was a very fun game, a very fun show. So everybody tune in. I want to thank Deann for being here tonight. We want to wish Dawn good luck with her thing on the weekend of the 19th in Traverse City, and I'll be rooting her on. We want to wish all our listeners a very happy new year, and we'll see you in March. And I have been Stacey.
I've been Deann.
And keep your rants
In your
in
pants.
your pants.
That's all.